It's like a cancer in one system. You can't stop. You go on and on and on, and that's the reason. They don't ever stop.
Because it's in your blood to find that big one, to retire or to go and to see the world.
If you're a gambler and you hit the big jackpot, that feeling, $1 million or 2 million rand or whatever, that's the feeling you have when you find a nice diamond.
Once you've seen the diamond on the sorting table, it's quite exciting. But it's got its bad moments too.
They've got rifles, they've got AK-47s, 9mm, they've got everything here. And they will kill you like that.
South Africa. For more than a century, the area around Kimberley has lured men from all over the world, trying their luck in the tough and dangerous hunt for diamonds. We are on the way to the diggings of a white South African. Jan Lombard has been searching for diamonds all his life. Just a few days ago, he started to dig in this place, hoping this one would turn into a jackpot, because the diamonds are there somewhere under the surface. Millions of years ago, a gigantic 20-kilometer wide river roared through the prehistoric landscape, carrying gravel, sand, and diamonds. Today, the river is much smaller, but somewhere along the run of the old river, the precious stones lay down to rest in deposits of gravel. But where? That is what Jan Lombard and his son Jannie are now trying to find out.
It looks good, so I think we might make a test later.
Let's go down.
Yeah. Okay. After you've taken out this, as you can see, it's got some gravel in here, pebbles in the sand.
Yeah.
And the top sand over there had no gravel in it, so I think maybe it might be a good idea to go down.
If there are diamonds here, they can be hidden anywhere between the surface and down to 10 meters. The diggers are constantly looking out for the layers of gravel that hide the diamonds. And soon, the excavators reveal a promising layer deposited here by the prehistoric river.
This came down with the river. As you can see, the pebbles are smooth. It came down, the water polished it. So that's one of the major signs we're looking at. You're not going to work a gravel that's got sharp edges. You see, so you're looking for nice round pebbles, and the bigger the better.
The presence of promising gravel makes everybody working on the digging optimistic. If they find diamonds, there is a nice bonus for everyone. The fields belong to a local farmer. He too gets a share of what might come out of the ground. How much, nobody wants to talk about. Indeed, very few people in the diamond business want to talk to strangers at all.
You can't go on the street and tell him, listen, yeah, Jannie found a diamond, or Piet found a diamond. The next day, they read it in a paper, or they saw it on television. And then you're in trouble because these guys come at night, or they can come during the day, and they can take everything of you. And there's nothing. It's not worthwhile, to get killed for a couple of carat diamonds, But that can happen. That's why the guys don't want to talk.
Now the first samples of gravel are being brought to the sorting plant. The tension is increasing. In 2 hours from now, the first washed gravel will hit the sorting table, giving the first indications whether there are any diamonds at all. A rough estimate says the diggers have to sort 100 tons of material to get 1 carat of diamonds. Today, very few diamonds are picked up by hand, though it can still happen.
Usually what we do is when you take a look at the gravel, you want to see some traces like soft yellows or reds. We've got certain signs we look for, certain pebbles. And what you usually do, you come to the side, you break off a piece and you break it open. And one of the diggers about 2 years back, he broke it open, he got a small diamond. You see, it can happen.
At this stage of the sorting process, for these workers to actually find a diamond is highly unlikely. However, The diamond business is full of stories of men finding precious stones in the most dramatic ways. Stories of big fortunes being made in desolate deserts and big fortunes lost again. Somebody who knows these stories is Trevor Urey, a diamond dealer in Kimberley. Trevor Urey has spent his entire life with diamonds, both as a digger and now as a prosperous dealer. He has seen men turning into millionaires by hitting that one lucky jackpot.
There was 4 young fellows went into the district, and somebody cleared the ground and they found the gravels, and they decided we would fall in there. And in 4 days they had a big stone. It was an 86 carat, which they sold for over $500,000. So within 4 days they became rich men.
He has also witnessed how luck can change in hours. An old diamond digger finally found the big one. He sold it to Trevor Urey in return for a canvas bag full of cash and went home to celebrate with his young wife. A few hours later, Trevor Urey heard the rumor that the old digger was dead.
So I phoned the lady and I said, "Mrs. Klein, I hear some disturbing news." I said, "Is it true?" In the meantime, in the background, there was a big party going on. They were having a wake. So I said to her, "But is it true?" She said, "Yes, sir." She said, "When I got home, my husband took the money out the canvas bag, put it all out on the lounge floor, sat back, gave a big sigh, and I called in the doctor because he just looked terrible. And the doctor pronounced him dead from a big heart attack. And then he just lay dead. So he said, I said, "Now you're a very rich widow." She said, "Yes." So, very sad story.
Back at the diggings, the search goes on. For more than 100 years, the South Africans have refined the art of sorting clay, sand, stones, and diamonds. It demands great skill and experience to deal with these enormous amounts of material without throwing the diamonds away. The first step is to mix the material with water.
Now all the gravel gets turned around like in a cyclone. What happens is all your heavy stuff goes to the outside and your lighter stuff goes to the inside, where it goes through the hole in the middle and it goes out to the waste. And the waste just runs down into the hole down there. And then on the other side, we've got a small hole that's about 4 inches by 3 inches. And now, after the pans ran for about 2 hours, the concentrate gets packed on the sides. So you open up that hole and you tap all the concentrate into buckets.
There is not much glamour about these muddy buckets, but after tons and tons of ground have been washed out, this is where the diamonds are. That is, if there are any diamonds. In a very short time from now, the Lombard family and their workers will know if this digging is worthwhile or a waste of time and money. Fortunes have been lost in man's hunt for diamonds.
I've often said, I don't know if gambling, women, or diamond digging, which takes your money the quickest. I'm not quite sure. I've been trying to work it out for many years. I don't know which is the quickest.
Diamonds are the hardest crystal ever invented by nature, and very hard to find. Digging for diamonds today means big machinery and a lot of manpower. The days where one man was trying his luck armed with a pick and shovel are almost over. But a few old diggers in the area still hold on to the dream. One of them is Cecil Austin. He is now teaming up with some of the newcomers to the Diamond District. They put up the hard work and the money. He delivers the know-how from a long life of seeking those precious stones.
Few times I've sold for 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. But that's not enough. They're looking for that one for 500,000. Ask me. Can't find it.
Since the 1870s, the search for diamonds has been going on around Kimberley when the first diamonds were found there. Soon after that, the diggers came from all over the world with diamond fever in their blood. Overnight, whole new towns were built in the middle of nowhere. One of them was Bakerville.
The people was coming from all over the world to this place. At one time, there was over 250 250,000 people in this area.
Then the diamond rush came to an end. Fewer and fewer diamonds were found, and the diggers left again. Today, Bakerville is no longer on the map, and all there is left are a few scattered ruins and old sorting machines rusting away. However, the long-lost city of Bakerville still attracts a few dreamers who hope they might scrape out of the ground what others left behind.
When I moved here, I see everybody's making big bucks. Well, maybe I must give it a shot. So that's why I tried it. Bought the machine. Took me about a month. I'm in business now.
They can't afford expensive machinery. They are forced to chase the lucky strike with their bare hands, meaning long hours of hard work.
Time is of no essence whatsoever. They will work long, hard hours just to find the diamond. They will work overtime. They'll work all sorts of times just because that elusive big one has crept away and they must find it.
So far, the results have been meager. 3 weeks of hard work have brought nothing. But maybe the big one is only a pick in the ground away.
The diamond is a funny thing. You can work for 3 weeks with no luck, and then all of a sudden you get it. So I think I'll try for another year or so, see what's happening. So hopefully I'll get something.
You gamble every day, and every morning you wake up and you think, well, today the big one's coming. Today I must find the big one, because it's going to be my day today, and it never comes, and you say, well, then today the sun sets and you think, well, hell, today's gone by, but tomorrow I must get it. And so we go on, hopefully, it must come, and it does sometimes.
That is what the Lombard family is now hoping for. The mud is washed away and the gravel sorted in different sizes. The diamonds, being the heaviest material, will gravitate to the center of the sieves. Then the moment of truth has finally come, when the pebbles arrive at the sorting table in an old caravan.
There's a couple of stones we look for that's a good indication that there is diamonds or not. And sometimes you don't find any indication when there's just diamonds. There's no sure way of telling that it's going to be something. It's a gamble. Sometimes they are there, sometimes they're not.
You can only look at the gravels and say, well, the gravels look good to me, we should find diamonds, but you can never be certain. Sometimes there's beautiful gravels, no diamonds. Another time, very thin gravels, very uninteresting gravels, and there you find a lot of diamonds.
So far, no diamonds have emerged on the sorting table, but the signs are good.
There they are. You see, we call this red luck. And that usually when you find it, you got a bit of luck. So, I don't know. Oh well. Nothing in this one as well.
Nothing came out of the first gravel from this new digging, but people are still optimistic. The family decides to dig deeper in search for layers of diamond-bearing gravel, and the search for precious stones goes on under very hot and humid conditions.
Temperatures from 32 to about 42, 45 degrees Celsius. So, as you can see, my lips were burnt and I didn't have a very pleasant time here in the sun. But sometimes it's worth it, other days, just tough luck.
Today is tough luck. Not a single diamond lights up the sorting table. Things are not looking too good. Maybe this digging is a total waste, but they decide to continue. Also because leaving a digging is always difficult.
You never know if you're going to stop here today and 5 meters away the big diamond's lying. The next digger comes and he continues with that claim and he finds the big diamond and you've missed it. So that's what happens sometimes.
The sun is beating down around midday and the dry heat is getting almost unbearable. Everybody is looking for a bit of shadow. While the last material is being sorted at the digging, Jan Lombard is on his way to a nearby town, trying to do a bit of business on the side. Some years ago, Jan Lombard began to buy and sell diamonds. Once a week, there is a diamond market where all the diggers in the area try to sell their findings.
How's the market?
You know, I think it's a bit off this week. I don't know what's wrong, but
But that's always the trouble. If I came here with diamonds, you could argue to tell me.
yes. What can you do? You know, it's how did it go this week?
Not so bad, but also not so good.
This message is getting more common in the area. More and more ground has been worked out, leaving fewer and fewer diamonds to be found.
It's not like you go and plant some millies, and next year you plant the same land and you'll get a big crop, make a lot of money. It's not like that. If it's finished, you know, then you must go and look for somewhere else. Can we have a look at your parcel this week?
Okay. Up here. Huh?
Look all right.
How much a diamond is worth depends on what can be cut out of it. And Jan Lombard is worried that a green-colored diamond is not really green all the way through.
Can I call my polisher to just have a look at it?
Sure.
Frederik, what do you think of this? Will it stay green, or will you have a look at it, please?
It's going to turn yellow.
Is it? Then my offer is 38,700.
Nothing more.
No, I try. No, this. You know, there's the only good stone is this one and this little one. There's other smalls. You know, we can use this for the Indian market, but okay, if you want to try somebody else, it's all right.
Thank you.
No deal this time. The diamond cutter works next door. Diamonds are so hard that only another diamond, or diamond dust, can cut this valuable crystal. Big money is at stake. One wrong move and a stone worth thousands of dollars is destroyed. Great amounts are passing through these hands, and sadly enough, this is also known by the wrong people.
There's quite a few murders that happened here, and robberies, and so we have to be prepared.
20, 30 years ago, you never heard of robberies. Today, it's an in thing. They rob each other every week. We hear of a robbery of somebody. If it's not a diamond buyer, it's a diamond digger. It's somebody in the diamond business, and they hijack them. They do all sorts of things. So there's tremendous fear in the diamond business.
It is late afternoon. A long and hard day's work at the digging gave absolutely nothing. This is an unpleasant feeling, but the coming darkness of the night gives way to even more unpleasant experiences. At night, the diggings often get unwelcome visitors. The pan scrapers. They want to steal the diamond-bearing gravel left in the machines. The diggers have to be prepared to defend their property.
It's like you go into a war. You never know if that guy will turn around and shoot you. If you do a thing, you must do it quickly, and you must catch him very quickly.
To protect his digging, Jan Lombard has now employed a night guard, a big Zulu that follows one very basic instruction: shoot to kill.
You can't go at night to your place because I've got a guard there. And even if it's me, I must, I put normally a light on my vehicle, a red or a green light, and he knows it's me. And then I can come and visit him, but otherwise you can't go there. He shoot, and he will kill you if you go there.
Every night the wives of the diggers wait anxiously for their husbands and sons to return from the diggings.
I'm afraid of them being shot. because if you see something, you can prevent it, but they can't see in the dark. And I mean, at night time, they come back with the diamonds.
This is the leg of Jan Lombard's partner, Francois van Wyk. He experienced the nightmare.
They wait him when he arrived from the digging works in his house, and they just start when he come into his one room. They just open fire and shoot him.
When I came at my house, when I opened the door, I saw two blacks waiting for me. And when I opened the door, I immediately started to shoot. And then I tried to escape, but they still keep on shooting.
They hit him 7 times. And today he's 30 years old, but he can't actually use his arms anymore. He lost a kidney, piece of his liver. No, he's really badly injured.
Today, there's more gangsters around, and they're trying to rob everybody, and everybody's very scared. Everybody's petrified that they're going to be robbed. And as I say, everybody's armed today. It's either with a cell phone, otherwise radio, otherwise handguns, shotguns, rifles, anything. Wherever you go, you see the people are armed. It's not a very pleasant situation. And it goes on and on and on, so we've got to be careful.
Despite the dangers, the hunt for the precious stones goes on early the next morning. Maybe for the last time, the big machines try to find the small and elusive gems in the enormous amounts of ground. 2 hours later, the intense search goes on at the sorting table. Is this digging a loser or a winner?
You're lucky.
Look at that one.
There it is. Not a big one, but it is there.
Sometimes you even get 3 or 4 in one pan. It can happen.
Now they are coming, one after the other. The diggers have hit a pocket of diamonds. Already around midday, they have found a nice collection. Not a fortune, but enough to keep the digging running and optimism high.
We get so excited about it. And of course the digger gives a big yell and everybody around says, "Hey, what have you got?" And they all come running from their diggings to have a look at it. And then the rumour spreads around that it's a 15 carat, and everybody says a 25 carat, and then the rumour gets around it's a 35 carat. Then the rumours get bigger and bigger and better. And then every buyer phones him and says, "What do you got? Can't I see it? Will you show me the diamond? Can I buy it?" And then everybody gets excited.
For more than 100 years, the diamond diggers have hunted all over South Africa, trying desperately to hit that treasure. In the area around Kimberley, much of the ground has now been worked out, so there really is not much future around here.
Maybe we must move to somewhere else. We're looking at prospects in North Africa. There is a lot of guys already be there, but it's very risky there too. You know, of the sickness and malaria and the safety. I believe there's a lot of diamonds there too. But there's no roads, there's nothing. You must go there and you must make your own roads and fly in dieseline, and it'll cost you a lot of money to do it, but I think it can be worthwhile.
The diggers of South Africa are always prospecting for new places that look promising. Maybe under the next rock, in the next layer of gravel, awaits that big one that everybody is searching for.
I think diamond diggers don't really stop working. I think the day you put them in the box when he stops. I think when you put him in his coffin and lower him down, that's the last day. He goes back to the ground. He's always been scratching the earth. He never stops. They never seem to retire. I know old diggers and they go on and on and on. There's no stopping them. It's exciting.